Hey, and how are you? And yeah, just in a lot of nowness at the moment. And I have to be honest, I'm kind of trying to find something to even say. But the cards are being shuffled, so this is good. And wow, amazing energy here. Yes, I wanted to talk about the birds because the birds are making some noise and I like the birds. Lots of birds here where I am, and they're my friends. So my friends are making a bit of noise in the background. Please just embrace it and let them sing to you and speak to you. Yeah. So I kind of apologise, I don't really have anything to say. So, but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we'll just let the cards say what they need to say. And yeah, much easier. I know there's lots of cards coming up on the bottom of the deck, so maybe that they want to speak rather than me to you. And just thank you for your presence and generosity. It's very powerful. Okay, gonna do this. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is my not favourite card. This is my second stickiest card. It's not that I don't like the energy, it's just that I struggle to find it struggles to talk to me. They just struggle to speak to me, so I have to really dig around and try and find it, and it's just a lot of work. I'm just lazy. I think we all like things to be easy. Sorry, just drinking a bit. I've got a coffee here that I haven't finished. Thank you so much for your donation of coffee. Coffee is kind of like how I can't even tell you. It's just a very very important part of my life, and you know, coffee shops have just become places where we meet and talk and commune, and especially here where I am now, it's really the watering hole, you know, the watering hole of the tribe. That's really what it is. And it is, there's a community, and this can be built around and has been built around kind of alcohol and bars and things, and that's, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like a different energy. It's more like a nighttime. Coffee bar is more of like a daytime or a morning thing, so it's just a bit like, it's just different energy. And for me, I'm not in the nighttime socializing energy at the moment. It's not in that way, well, you know, at all, maybe ever, in that it's not about communing with others. They're very powerful places if you let them be. And this phrase, you know, you have co-working and people use them as offices, and they've become very generous places and spaces. Even the ones that we might judge, even the big brands. So for some reason I'm sharing that. So this Five of Swords, what's it about? Let's have a look. I feel like I want to show you this card. The light's a bit strong. There's not bad. Look at the clouds. I'm drawn to the clouds. And I've also just noticed that there is some kind of body of water there, which I don't think I've ever noticed before. This is the fallout. This card is the fallout from you being who you really are, quote unquote. We've reached a state now whereby we need to just be true to ourselves in every single moment. And so if you've had a relationship or a situation or a job or anything in your life that has felt like it isn't an environment that's conducive to your being who you are, that's not going to fit anymore. That resistance, and what the resistance is the fallout. It's this Five of Swords is a victory. It's a card of victory. You've won. The figure's won. But in the process, there seems to be that others are hurt in the process. It's a victory within which others are hurt. But again, it's these swords. The swords are still tricky. It's just the way of thinking. And thinking is powerful. It's not that thinking isn't true, and thinking doesn't impact our reality, because it really, really does. So it's not that, it's just a thought, so it's not real. Even though that is also true, that thoughts are within themselves have kind of no bearing and no power over us. If we believe them, they do. If we believe our thinking around a situation, we then project it into our reality. So if you have a fear that you're going to hurt others, or by you winning, you hurt another, there is a truth maybe to that. There may be a truth to that in the way it plays out. But it's only your belief, a thought that you believe, that will make it true. Life, it's a bit like, the wind doesn't feel guilty when it knocks a tree over. And I truly believe that every time we act from faith and love and truth, we are like the wind. There's a purity to it. And we don't have to like the impact, but that doesn't mean that it's not pure. And that's when things can get tricky. That's when people start talking about things like spiritual bypassing. It's not that you can just do what you like and I have this, it wasn't me, it was the wind that just blew you, that did this to you. But all I can share is that when it won't play out as you hurt other people if you let go of that story. It's not, because what happens is you will then be able to move away from and win over situations in your life that aren't working for you, without hurting others. It's just the idea. So what happens is the way of it happening, like I said, it might not necessarily be comfortable, but it's not going to be like painful. It's not going to be I can't even say it's not going to be painful. It's not your fault. You won't experience shame or blame around it if you are able to truly believe that it's for the highest good of all. And that's the difference. That's the difference. Somehow we know the truth collectively in any situation. So there's a situation, so there's three people on this card, situation with three people. You say, if whatever this situation is, it seems like there's been a battle and one person's won and two people have lost. That's what it seems to be. If what the seeming outcome is for the highest good of all, somehow we know, Even if we're playing this character or we're playing that character, we know it might not feel comfortable. We might have a preference for us to be friends here, and we're not friends, you know. But everything is transient. It's only one moment, and somehow we feel our heart knows the truth. Our heart knows that it's okay, and it doesn't feel off. And so that's why it's not about. It's that things. That's when we can allow negative or bad things to happen without it feeling off. And I hope that makes sense. So it's not about doing whatever we like and just running around willy-nilly, and you know, it's about being conscious and aware in everything that we do, but still, you know, not projecting our fear onto the situation when life wants it to work out that way. So that's the message for now. I want to say thank you. I've had an incredible response to the December monthly reading. Please do watch that. It's very special to me. It's been 2 years since I've been here, and it's such a blessing and an honor to serve through this medium. And that sounds quite dramatic, but this feels like what it's become. It's not me doing anything. It's just life using me to do this. And it's, you know, you just have to show up. All we need to do is show up in life and be open to allowing it to move us without thinking that we know better. That's really it. And it will become, and our experience will become beautiful in that, in its ups and downs. And you have taught me that. This experience has taught me that on a whole other level, and a whole lot of other things which I can't even go into, which are not even worth, you know, talking about. So I said I had nothing to say, and then suddenly I had a huge amount to say. But the cards were the medium that wanted to aid that, and that really is what this is. And thank you. So, message there. Let's get out the rest of the cards. We're going to go feminine on this.
Hi, beautiful. And this week is all about what happens after bliss is attained. What does it look like? And the feminine really doesn't step into the light, becomes the light in her own life. And that has a powerful impact upon the masculine. So check it out. See you in a sec.